Welcome to DK Champ. So I'm going to show you what I'm thinking for the Thursday to Monday showdown, or the Thursday to Monday lineup here. I always try to play these. Most of the time when I'm doing these, I'm not doing a ton of research beforehand, and I usually perform pretty well on these. So quarterback, I'm going to stay off of for a minute. There's a lot of love for Mahomes. There's a lot of love for Newton this week. And for the price and what they're generating is probably a good one. There's also a lot of love for Watson out there that I've seen so far. So I'm going to hold off on that for a minute. Let's go through and look at the running backs. Obviously, Todd Gurley is going to be a pick that's pretty much going to be golden, but he is very expensive in the grand scheme of things here. So Cohen is a little bit better priced this time. Going against Buffalo, oh my goodness. That is a must play for me with Cohen. I like Hunt, but let's go down and look at some value. Lindsey against Houston. He had a good game last week, but I don't think it's going to happen again with Houston's defense. We could go Richard if we wanted to against, two of the worst teams. I kind of like that too. And we could go Chubb against Kansas City. That's probably a pretty good one. And then Crowell let's see what the injury status is. Okay, Crowell's going to be the guy again. Going against Miami. Wow, that's a good one too. All right, let's go Crowell. And then let's go down here. We're going to really shake this up a little bit. And we're going to go all the way down. And I'm going to go... Should we go Chubb? I think we should. All right, so that's going to free up a ton of money for us to go other directions. Let's look at receivers. Thielen for 89. I think everybody in the whole world knows his stats now. They're going to try to get him to break this record, so the ball's going to him. I don't care what anybody says. He's probably going to be a lock on most people's rosters this week, especially with the value at running back. So I think you have to go Thielen again. Another thing I like to do is I like to have somebody in each slate. So we have somebody from Thursday night, and we need somebody from Sunday, maybe Sunday night or Monday. So we got Green Bay, New England Sunday night, and we got Tennessee and Dallas. So should we roll the dice with Amari Cooper? He's listed as a starter. All right, so he had a concussion his last game with the Raiders and then was traded. So he's listed as a starter right now. And the injury report will not come out to Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and if I need to switch it out, I can. And that's going to free us up some more money. So we got Thielen, we got Amari Cooper. I just think they're going to pressure the ball to Amari Cooper, so I want to be a lock on that one. So let's look here at receivers. There are a lot of good ones here. We've seen a lot of value from some of these guys that are cheap, and I like it. Houston especially, there's been some good spots here, and this is definitely not one of them. But I've seen his name a lot up here in different leagues here. So I'm thinking about stacking this Tampa Bay Carolina game, and that gives us Mike Evans and then Deshaun Jackson. He's had a pretty good year. And then let's also look at what other games here. Kansas City, Cleveland, Jets, Miami, Pitt, Baltimore, Minnesota, Atlanta. I mean, look at those stats. That's impressive. 2 touchdowns last game. Not as many receptions, though. All right, before we do that, let's try to get a quarterback that we can deal with this week. Tom Brady at Green Bay is not the best matchup for me. Tom Brady can make it happen anywhere, but I'm not sold on that one. Let's see if we can get some value somewhere. It amazes me that we still have Buffalo as the #1 defense and what is showing on Draftkings. I mean, I know they've done decently well at stopping people, but they also have given up a ton. So that's false in my opinion. You could go Trubinsky here. I think I'm going to go with some of the hot hands that I've seen projected so far, and that is Mahomes, Newton, and Deshaun Watson. And Cam's always got a questionable status. Let's see what it says. He's just resting shoulder. We're going to look at Cam. So we need to look at a Carolina player in this spot. Funchess. I think he's coming off a couple of good games here. Had a bad one in Baltimore, but everybody does. We're going to roll with Funchess. Let's go to defense. And I think the one that we need to play is Chicago, but I don't know if I want to do that or not. Dallas at Tennessee. Dallas has had some bright spots in defensive end. Let's keep rolling down. The Jets against Miami. That might be a good one. Might be a good sneaky play there. Definitely not playing the Browns at Kansas City. All right, so I'm going to go with the Jets at Miami. I think that might be a good one. There'll probably be more info coming out when I talk about my next lineups for NFL, and you might want to change this. You'll have plenty of time to change it, but I think that's a good start. So then we want to look, do we want to go Kelsey? Good gracious, at Cleveland. My goodness. That might be a good one to play. And we would have some money left over, 300. So looking at this, I think I'm going to possibly take a look at defenses and see if there's any quarterbacks that are out. And if there are some quarterbacks out, I'll probably come back and let's just take a look real quick. There's nothing going to be posted this early. Well, Tannehill, which hasn't played in a couple weeks. So let's look at Miami. Who's been playing there? I do not follow the Miami games. Osweiler went against Houston, had an interception, and that's it, but not very many yards. I don't know there. You know, depending on if you want to get real risky with this and you wanted to play somebody from the game tonight, you could go either defense, I think. Depending on what San Francisco does, if they try to risk quarterbacks here and switch people in and out, you might want to go with the Oakland D. That'll be up to you, but I don't think I'm going to risk that. I'm going to leave this open with my extra $300, and I'll probably make some changes on Saturday once all the lineups are pretty much finalized. So this is what I'm going to start out with. Let me know what you think about this, and actually I'm going to submit it, and then I'm going to come back and make another build because I really like to come in and do a different lineup with